Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to another edition of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Alright, we got another load here. This is going to Stavenger to Renard Logistics. This is going to be about 7 hours. Not too crazy. Let's just close that. Let's get in the truck here and fire it up. It's another little journey. This is checking out the Scandinavian DLC. Doing the best I can at checking it out. Sometimes you pop into an area, and sometimes you are in the heart of it, and sometimes you're not, just because the way things work out. There we go. Let's bring up the mirrors here. Helps if you put up the right mirror. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let's get out of this parking lot. Out of this enclosed area. I'm still, every single time I play this game now, with the new patch, I'm still constantly amazed by what they did with the, or not the new patch, I guess it is a new patch technically, but with the Scandinavian DLC, I think they did a really, really good job. The lighting itself is just what blows me away the most right now. Like, I can't believe how good it looks, like all over the place. Like, it's just one of those situations where everywhere you turn, there's something like just gorgeous, and you're like, wow. It's very impressive. And considering how old this game is, or considering this game's, you know, a year and a bit old, and it's still going strong and still releasing some fantastic content, that's just amazing. I really think they're doing a good job at STS for this, and I can't wait until American Truck Simulator. I know a lot of you are in the same boat. Unfortunately, I suspect we're going to be waiting a long time until we actually get the American Truck Simulator. So for now, I'll have to deal with driving an American truck in Euro Truck scenarios. So they're not everywhere is really made for this type of truck, and I accept that. So it's still fun to drive around. I have no idea what the speed limit is here. I'll have to wait till I see the next sign. I'm assuming it's going to be like 80-ish because it's outside of town, but that's the way it works in Canada. If you're outside of town, you're looking at about 80 kilometers an hour, roughly. I guess I could just do this too. Yeah, there you go, 80. Guess it's the same in Europe. Not always, I suppose, but seems to be similar, or somewhat similar, which is good. But, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at that. Wow. Seriously. Can't believe it sometimes when I stop and look over at the side of the road. Like, so many times, like if I were a trucker in this area, I'd want to stop, pull over to the side of the road and just enjoy the scenery, because some of it's just spectacular. Amazing stuff. Ah, well. I don't know if anybody's been watching Squirrel in the last little while. He's been still doing his Sunday night trucking. I tune in every now and then and check it out. Not every week, mind you, but when I think about it and I don't got anything else going on, I'll often swing by and just see what he's up to, see the mods he's looking at this week. Because, of course, he's always looking at new and interesting mods. Usually European ones, and I can accept that because he's a European guy. But he does do American ones from time to time as well, so... Speeding offense? Come on. Anyways, I do check. It's interesting to see what happens with the way things turn out when he tries on the American truck. Usually he'll try like the most ridiculous, you know, setup ever. Like you'll be hauling like a really long, like, I don't know, train, let's say, and he has like a long body truck as well. Just makes for some ridiculous trips. Actually, one of the episodes I remember the most, or one of the Sunday Night Truckings I remember the most, is when he was in what patch? What was it called? It was like a map where it was like difficult roads or something like that. I forget what it's called now, but it was something like difficult roads, and it was like he was driving on like a single lane road with like a Mercedes Actros or something like that, with a triaxle, like 3 axles in the back, and he encountered a Renault, strangely enough, and he ended up couldn't get up this particular hill with the truck, and he ended up sliding back down the hill and hitting the Renault. But the funny thing was, he ended up pushing the Renault right off the cliff in the end. It was so funny to watch. Oh well, I don't know. I'm not sure. Does anybody actually know the reason why he dislikes Renault so much? I'd be curious if you actually know. I just assume because they don't do as good a job as like Scania does, for instance. But it would just be it would be kind of funny. Let's just say that. I would be really interested to see what the origination of that is, or if there is any kind of origination story. It would be kind of interesting. So I don't know. Sometimes things are just the way they are because that's the way they are. Is this one of the? It is. Perfect. I love these toll booths. I wish every toll booth in this game was like this. It really makes a big difference. Because they have those in the United States and they have them in Canada. They should be everywhere. Actually, in Ontario here, we have the 407 is the name of the toll booth highway, or toll highway. So you just drive onto the highway and then you just get the you get a bill in the mail basically saying you spent this much time on the highway and here's your bill basically. So, well, that's just a roundabout underneath a bridge. Okay. Or underneath it, in a tunnel I should say, sorry. Never thought I'd see that. A roundabout underground. Whatever. There we go. Oh, coming up to this bridge. This is one of the coolest bridges in this game. Look at this. It's even got a windsock on it. I think everyone stopped and take a screenshot here. Like, how could you not? Like, it's just one of those places where you just want to stop and take a screenshot. And I think it's part of the reason why they did it, of course, right? Because they want people to stop in their game and take a photo. Is it E? No. Interestingly enough, for those people who haven't played Field of View. For those people who haven't played Car Mechanic Simulator in a while, definitely check it out. They have some new updates for it. And one of the updates is a Euro Truck-like screenshot mode, which is really nice. So if you like to take screenshots and you want to take a screenshot of your brand new car, you can totally do it in the game. It's fantastic now. One sec, coffee break. Yeah, it is really cool to see what they did with that. Better put my cruise control back on here, else I'm going to get myself into trouble. Oh, it's only 60 in here. Yeah, but they actually they've made some pretty good changes actually so far. From what I've seen, like the changes they've made have been really good. Just little things. Not like game-breaking changes, but some really nice little changes that have made the game a lot more enjoyable. Just another roundabout. Why roundabouts? Like in a tunnel too. For those people who actually live in this area, is there actually a roundabout in the tunnel? Or is that just STS taking liberties? Like, seriously? Roundabout in a tunnel. I guess they do it. If STS has recreated it, I suppose it's true, I guess. I don't know. I just think it's one of the stranger things. Like, doesn't quite make a lot of sense, because like if you if you build a tunnel and then you put a roundabout in a tunnel, you have to take out that much more space to make the roundabout. But I guess the idea behind them is that it keeps traffic flowing very nicely, so now we can go 70 here. I suppose that's the reason why. But doesn't make any sense to me. Although in Canada here we have roundabouts, and apparently in the United States they have roundabouts. They're just not super common. Like, you see them from time to time, but it's not something you see at every turn. Oops. So, maybe in the future we'll see a lot more of them. Apparently they're supposed to increase the flow of traffic and they just keep it constant as opposed to a dead halt, but if you're from a country where you don't see a lot of roundabouts and you never get trained on how to use it, like you never get any kind of indication as to what you're supposed to do in a roundabout, that doesn't make it better when you just put one in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's been a few times where I've been in the car with somebody and they're like, oh, a roundabout, and they're like, you can tell there's a little bit of like hesitation. I'm like, oh, a roundabout, like I don't know how to do that. Especially if it's a double lane roundabout. If it's a single lane going all the way around, it's not a problem. But if there's two lanes in the roundabout itself and you can switch between the lanes in the roundabout, that's where it gets a little scary. Anyways, here's our turn up here, wherever this is. Yes, love that sound. There we go. Nice. 70 kilometers an hour. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is there. I wonder when the first roundabout was made, and what was the purpose behind it. I would be curious. The first roundabout was made for I don't know. In Canada, though, you can have some pretty large roundabouts. Like, I remember I was in Halifax once, and the roundabout was enormous. Like, I don't know how many. Let me think. Maybe like 500 meters, like across. Like, no, it wasn't that big. That's ridiculous. But maybe 100 meters across. It would just seem so huge and unnecessary for that area. But I guess the reason why they did it was like going down a hill, and you had to like go into the roundabout at the bottom of the hill. I guess it makes sense, but it just seems so strange. It was like, I don't think that's necessary, but they did it. It's a huge. I forget. When was that? Yeah, that was a few years ago now. We stayed at a place called the Chocolate Lake Hotel. Great little hotel in Halifax. They even had a chocolate lab in the hotel foyer as well, which is really cool. Especially if you like chocolate labs as well. I thought it was kind of cool because it's one of those scenarios where most of the time you don't see like a dog in like any kind of business, not normally at least. So it was really strange to see a dog, there, and that was like, it was supposed to be there. Sometimes people will bring dogs into areas where they're not supposed to have them, but this dog was like the mascot of the hotel. It was really neat. That was kind of a cool little section of road. Alright. Stavenger. One of these days they'll get track IR and it'll seem so much easier to make those turns. Because right now you gotta fiddle with the mouse and just like hold it there and be like, oh no. At least that's what I find. I still have yet to master the mouse turning while shifting and turning the wheel at the same time. Hasn't worked yet. I suppose what I could do is there actually is a setting. Someone asked me about this a while ago, so I'll just check it real quick. I think it's in gameplay, I want to say. Air brake simulation, no. Blinker camera rotation. So I think when you turn your blinkers on, that'll turn your head. And steering camera rotation. So this right here, I believe what it'll do is when you turn your head, let me just straighten out here. So when you turn, it'll actually look in that same direction as your head's turning. So it's if you play Farm Sim, I guess the similar thing would be keyboard steering mod. Basically does the same thing in Farm Sim, and it's kind of nice. But if you want to check, like if you want to check left and right real quick, it's a little bit more awkward, I find. But it's cool that they have it in game. So like if you want to play this game without a steering wheel or without a gamepad, you can totally do it. Is it enjoyable? Yes. Is it as enjoyable? I don't know. That really depends on your point of view. So here's a good example of this particular function. So you see you turning around the corner, and you can see it. Maybe I'll leave it on. I don't know. I don't know why I don't have it on in the first place, but I guess technically you probably could have the blinker one on as well. So when you hit your blinker, it'll turn in that direction, which is kind of annoying if you're going in a straight line and then you hit your blinker. But it's not the end of the world, that's for sure. It's just strange. Really? On a corner? Jeez. Some people, eh? Should honk my horn at him. What's up with that? I don't know. So you when you're driving on the road, you see some strange things. Like the strangest thing I've seen lately is someone passed me on a corner with a double line, which means you can't pass, and I was doing like 10 over the speed limit or something like that, like whatever what you would normally drive at, like at a reasonable speed, and people were just that one person just flew past me, and I was like, is that really necessary? Like, you're pretty much taking my life, you're risking my life as well by making that turn and passing at the same time. Ugh, that really bothers me when people do that kind of stuff. Anyhow, what bothers you when you're driving? Do you have any beefs is the word I want to use when you're driving? That one, when people pass me on a double line doing stupid things and putting my life on the line, probably the thing that bothers me the most. What about you guys? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to hear what things bother you guys when you're driving on the road. Look at that, beautiful. Going into a tunnel. This is going to be a lot more awkward when I'm in the tunnel. Yeah. Anyways, let me know. I'd be curious. There's lots of little things that can just add up sometimes that just make it really annoying. If you've ever seen the movie Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen, there's a really funny scene in that movie where he's driving and he's talking about people not indicating. And every single time I'm driving and I think about people not I see people not indicating and like flying in front of me, I always think about that clip. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't seen the movie, you'll have no idea, so I apologize. Maybe go out and check Shoot 'Em Up. Go check out Shoot 'Em Up out. There we go, that makes more sense. It's not meant for kids, so if you're younger, you probably won't be able to watch it. I think it's a rated R movie, so if you're an adult, definitely check it out. It's a funny movie. Or not a funny movie, but a good action movie, let's say that. I don't know, I have to check. It probably is it's probably a rating. Another bridge here. Look at that. I think it's a rated R movie. It's been a while. I see. I feel like I'm going too fast around this corner. I think it's a rated R. But anyways, it's a good movie. Check it out. Good action movie. Great soundtrack. Like, out of all the action movies I've seen, that has one of the best soundtracks I've heard, I should say, in a long time. I think that one, and maybe it's Crank with Jason Statham. Perhaps that one. I haven't seen that one in a long time either, but I seem to recall that one being pretty decent. The movie itself's good, but I'm not sure about the soundtrack is what I'm unsure about, so. But yeah, that's probably one of the funnier things I remember. Clive Owen driving down the street complaining about people not signaling. Oh goodness. So have you found any good mods for your truck lately? If you have, let me know in the comments below. You can leave a link if you want to, but it'll probably get flagged by spam, so just say, if you know of any good mods for Euro Truck, just leave a comment saying, here's an interesting, just name the mod, and I can probably find it relatively easily. I think right now I have the Jazzy Cat mods, I have Pro Mod installed, I have the Scandinavian DLC. Again, look at these areas. Look at that. Sheesh. Love it. I forgot I have the Peterbilt, obviously, and this Peterbilt I got from ETS2.LT. Oh, didn't expect that. Where was the warning on that? Jeez. There's no like, hey, there's going to be a single lane coming up. And maybe there was a sign, I just missed it. Our customers expect a delivery really soon. We're working on it. Give us a break. Got stuck in some construction. Sheesh. Oh, goodness. Does anybody remember? Dirt Hammers used to do this. He used to do like he would be playing Farm Sim, and then I think it was when he did his Han series. And he was playing Farm Sim, and then he would, have like a flashback, and he would go into Euro Truck. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I don't know why. I think he stopped doing it because it was just too much work, and I totally understand that, because you'd have to you know, remember where that part was, and then switch over to Euro Truck, splice it in, then you have to record that part of Euro Truck as well. But it was a really cool little, he made it, I don't know, I thought it was a really good job, but unfortunately people just didn't, not everybody really liked that series, which was, you know, it happens sometimes. Every now and then you do a series that people aren't into, like for example, for me, I know for Euro Truck, people aren't into Euro Truck as much as Farming Sim, and that's fine. Same goes for Minecraft. Some people are like, oh, Minecraft, ugh. But it's understandable. There's a lot of Minecraft out there, so unless you're doing something really fancy, you probably have seen it before. Which is the unfortunate part when it comes to Minecraft, but there's lots of cool mods out there too. Actually, I mentioned this, I did a little video on it a while back, but I actually, quote-unquote, made my own pack for Minecraft, kind of, I guess. It was, alright, let me just slow down here a little bit. Yeah, I kind of made my own pack for Minecraft. Using the Curse Launcher, actually. That thing is really neat. You can just, you know, to enable and disable mods, it's so simple. It's, you know, click a button, it goes on, off, and that's it. It's like a little switch. They did a really good job on that Curse Launcher. Alright. Let's take this nice and wide. Because these turns are the worst. Ooh, that's pretty close. That's even taking it wide, too. I feel like they added some more sounds to this game too. So like when you like switch into gears, you can hear like it almost sounds like he's grinding gears. Really? Really? And then you're gonna stop right in front of me, aren't you? But yeah, like that sound right there where you switch gears. I don't know, they added that, and there's another one they added where like you're in the seat and like you adjust. It's like, okay, let me get in the seat, and you hear like a little like uncomfortable moving around because he's, you know, been sitting for a long time. I thought they added some cool little effects. Really help you, really immerse you into the game. Love that engine brake. Alright, let's make this turn here. Nice and slow. Slow and steady wins the race is the expression. For those people who know what the heck I'm talking about. Alright. Again, we'll take this wide. Anybody over there? Where was I? I was in Huntsville a while back in Ontario. And somebody, well, not somebody, I should say, the way the highway was built, it was like not a foreign lane. It was like, how do I describe this? It was a 4-lane highway. It was a 4-lane highway, but there was like a median in the middle. And there were some roads where there was like a stop sign, but you could cross, you know, perpendicular to the road. So you can cross it like, I don't know, think of a T. So you could make it go like go horizontally on the T across all 4 lanes of highway. Super, super scary. I remember I saw that, I'm like, that is extreme. Oh, there goes the sign. Shoot. I remember seeing that. I'm like, that is super scary because that is a crazy, like because you can like stop in between the 2 roads or the 2 highways as well, like one going north, one going north, one going south. It really blew me. Blew me away. I was like, that is nuts. Didn't hit the sign that time. Good. I was all cautious there for a second. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna hit that sign too. Luckily, we didn't. I'm just gonna keep it easy here. No, there's the port. I like how in this in the Scandinavian DLC you can pick up freight from the port as well. I think that's really neat. I think that's a really nice little addition because it makes sense. So we have to go around a roundabout up here, then we're turning to the west, it looks like. But yeah, that highway crossing, I was so scared for people driving across there. I was like, okay. And the next thing that went through my mind is, please don't jump out in front of me. Because there was actually a, what was it? It was a dump truck that had to cross all 4 lanes of the highway, and I was like, that seems a little bit on the scary side. Because we all know how fast dump trucks accelerate, right? So we're just gonna sneak in behind this guy. And we're gonna go around here. But that's, so here's a really good example of how that particular aspect of Euro Truck works with the turning. It's really nice for some things. So you can see around the corner, but the problem is you're gonna miss. Oh, this is our stop in here. Oh, it's this one. I did this one in the multiplayer, I think, actually. If memory serves. Let's see if we can't do this. Alright, let's straighten it out. Here we go. Let's see. I'm not sure how you would do this in real life, actually. Something like this, maybe? So, like, for example, I accidentally hit my blinker there. So if I had the other mode on, I would be doing this right now. Not always helpful. Alright. So, let's see if we can't do this. Well, that's not terrible, actually. But man, the lighting in this game. We'll just straighten it out here. There we go. Some people are going to say there's still too much movement in the truck, and they're probably right. Yes, I just stalled it. Alright, I'll be back, so you don't have to watch this. I'll be back when I'm ready to go. And we're back. Alright. Didn't want you guys to hear the shifting of the gears, because it's I can hear it, so all you hear is like kuchung, kuchung, kuchung. It sounds terrible. Anyways, let's go ahead and see what we did. Or how we did late. Oh, we're late. Oh well. How much money did we make? Oh, we still made 15 grand in the end. Okay. Late penalty? Oh. That's not too bad, actually. Considering it was an urgent delivery, but we were late for it. So these basically canceled themselves out. That's too funny. Oh, goodness. Alright, folks. That's it for me for today. Another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. My name's Iain Robson. If you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that share button. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, I'll catch you guys later.